Hello, I'm Chef John, and a well-prepared white sauce is a great culinary skill to have in your back pocket. And you know, the star of that basic white sauce is milk. And the other thing that I'm really excited about showing you in terms of making a white sauce is its versatility. You can use it from a simple mac and cheese to its most delicate soufflés. So let's begin. For today's purpose, we're going to be using 4 tablespoons of flour, 4 tablespoons of butter, and about 2.5 cups of milk. So let's begin with the butter. And again, we want to make sure that we're not going to get any color to this butter at all. We want to melt it. Okay, now once the butter is nicely melted, we're going to add our flour and mix that through. And you notice when that flour and butter starts to bubble, that's a good thing. And what's happening here is we're actually cooking the starch in the flour a little bit, and that'll help towards the cooking process. And let's start by adding a little bit of the milk. And I add about maybe a third of that milk and start giving this a really good whip. And you notice how that starts to thicken up very quickly. And we can add the remainder of that milk. Now what you're looking for here is as this begins to thicken, you want this sauce to look nice and silky smooth. And it's your choice when you're preparing a white sauce. You can use a 2% milk, you can use skim milk, you can use homogenized milk, whichever you think makes the most sense for you. One of the important things here is you want to make sure that you get the starch cooked in the flour. That's really important. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this basic white sauce and we're going to turn it into a really nice cheese sauce. Again, the cheese is your choice, but in this particular case, what I'm going to do is add about a cup of grated Canadian cheddar cheese. And when you introduce the cheese, introduce it a bit at a time because you want that to melt down nicely. And we'll add the rest. Now, if there was an expectation here when you were preparing this cheese sauce now that you were going to get a really bright orange color, you're not going to get that. You're going to get a very subtle orange color, and that's just fine because we're going to make a real quick mac and cheese here for you. And the other thing we're going to do is actually make it as a dip. And boy, I'll tell you, it goes really well with raw vegetables and or cooked vegetables. And what better way to have your kids and even yourself enjoy fresh or cooked vegetables with a little bit of a cheese sauce dip. So let's just add a little bit of the cheese sauce to this bowl here. Look how nice and silky this is. And now you can present that as a dip, and let's just see how that works. Look at that, isn't that just beautiful? Should I take a bite? I think I should. I think I need to enjoy this. Excellent dip. How about a nice quick mac and cheese? Some nice cooked elbow macaroni. Mix that through. And if you like, you can even gussy that up with a little bit of chopped parsley. And you can even add a little extra grated cheese if you like. And then you can actually do a nice baked mac and cheese with a nice Swiss cheese. So the versatility of a basic white sauce is quite good because you can use it for a vegetable dip, and what a better way to have your kids eating their vegetables than dipping that into a nice cheese sauce. You can use it for a nice basic mac and cheese, or you can go a little further and do a baked mac and cheese with a nice Canadian Gruyere or Swiss cheese. And you know, what a healthy, wholesome way to prepare a nice white sauce. Not processed, and a great way to get milk into your diet. Until next time, I'm Chef John.